Hey, sports fans, Greg Med from Med for Ninth and MKT USA. What's going on? We got our friend George here from Fieldcraft Survival. They're up in Prescott, a bunch of former military guys, veterans, doing cool stuff, bringing safety training, survival skills,
medical, gun ranges, gun classes.
How to properly cuddle in the cold.
Exactly. So, yeah, how to make a fire and share a sleeping bag. So.
Since everybody wasn't Marine, not everyone's been trained on proper cold weather cuddling. Because in the Marine Corps, we have a lot of cold weather cuddling. The guys are real snuggly. Yeah, they're very affectionate. So we got a batch of knives headed out to Guns and Range. Dave, what's going on, man? It's Dave, right?
Crazy Dave.
I don't know about the crazy part. Dave, we got a couple of sexy knives headed your way. So the camera down now on the mat, if you please.
Ooh, and it's on a mat.
You will notice with my Vanna White hands, I should say like so. We've got our American flag gun mats for the counter now, or actually knife mats, or drop mats. So we got a 187F, black PVD bronze with 6-gun hardware on it. We've got a Micro Praetorian that's been sculpted. This is a Micro Praetorian tie. This is as rare as a Virgin on prom night. This is a really, really not as common knife as people would think. Like, oh, it's another Micro Praetorian. How many of these have we made ever?
Well, with this little run, maybe 30 total.
Ever. In a decade.
Correct.
Right. This is one of those ones when we don't have it, everyone's like, don't you make a chunky small one?
Just
Next.
like that, too.
Praetorian Genesis tie. So this is an actual freak right here. This one's got a Vulcan finish. You can see a purple spine down the back. They've obviously taken some coloring cues from the Vulcan finish that's on the blade. It's got a lot of oil on it right now because it's getting ready to head out into shipping. If these end up in an airplane and get to some altitude, they will get really cold in the cargo compartment, and as they descend, they'll get condensation on them and rust a little bit. So we want to avoid that by having a good coating of oil when they travel, and that's some gouge for you guys. What do they call this? Peaks and valleys?
Yep.
All right, so this has got a peaks and valleys that's been blasted with a faded ano on it. It's got black tie hardware. It is we call that a FAS. That is a fuck all sexy knife. FAS. If you like to bring those acronyms to your life, you feel free to just hawk right in on them. You don't even need to quote me, but I like them because for libs, they stick right here. They wedge right in their crawl a little bit. Moving on to our standard Praetorian Genesis in all titanium, S35 VM blade, drop point Tonto. Dave, I hope you'll like it. This knife, these knives are all pretty fuckalicious. This one is lovely. Oh man, this is great. And that 187 is just awesome. And the last but not least is our, what's this one called? An infraction. I'm good at drawing them. I'm not great at remembering the names. It's got a steel blue ano on it after it's got some oils. S35 VN blade. It's got really nice early lockup on it. This is a really, really nice knife. Great sound, and everything it's supposed to be. And keep in mind for those of you who maybe don't follow this brand, there's the original backstrap got skipped over on these knives for some reason, but this little cutout right here was always for a lanyard line to go in. So this backstrap is on the knife as it's supposed to be. So hey, you just did a tour, George. What did you? I don't need a lot
of. Just a tiny bit.
Maybe you can back up a step.
All right, there you go. I thought you were going to do some cuddling after your whole conversation.
No, we're going to cuddle off camera.
Hey,
I don't meet a lot of Westerners named George unless they're like Greek. What's the George? Is it a family name?
Family, yeah, I'm named after my dad. I'm a George Jr., so
really
named after my dad. And
it's just not common anymore unless
you don't see it a lot.
Like half the Greeks you ever meet are named George, right?
So,
or Christos.
Exactly.
So, and where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
I grew up in Steubenville, Ohio.
Out in Ohio?
And then when I turned 18, I went to a year of college. That didn't work out for me. I tried to become a pharmacist, so that wasn't working out. After a year, I joined the military, and then just retired December 31st. So now I'm in the real world, and gotta adjust, I guess.
Sounds pretty interesting. Like you got to go a lot of cool places.
Yes.
Yeah. So it gives you. It's funny. I've been blessed to be able to get around the world a little bit too, and it's funny. We were just talking, and when you talk politics with fellow Americans, it's funny how few of them have actually been anywhere and seen
Oh
anything.
yeah, and they just don't understand.
And they have the strongest opinions, which are fucking not based in reality.
Yeah, it's like if you want to like see real people struggle, go to Africa, go to over to Ukraine or anywhere that's not the United States. I mean, it seems like
Yeah.
I was stationed in Germany for 3 years. I mean, Germany. I mean, it was Germany, Italy, France, all those. I mean, they're good.
Basically like California.
When you go to like Africa and those kind of countries, or the continent down there, and visit those countries and see the people, it's like, wow, we have it good compared to other places.
Yeah,
I don't get how people complain.
It's weird. I just noticed this whole struggle going on in our society, where you've got all these people screaming how the world should be, yet they haven't actually gone and seen the world. Because it's kind of humbling, where you go, okay, I probably need to shut the fuck up, because I just won the greatest lottery
Especially
of all time.
when I come home, I'm like, oh, thank God I'm back. It's very best feeling in the world when you hit touchdown in the United States and you have to play. No matter if even if I fly into Florida or wherever I fly in, as long as I'm in America, I'm happy. So
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like I actually my radar is actively pinging anywhere on the planet, even in Western Europe, because I always feel like if I did something a little bit wrong that I don't know is wrong, and if I got snared up by them, you're in the system,
and you can find yourself in a situation where like, how do I get out? So.
Well, Amy and I were traveling in Germany, and we ended up in the middle of a right-wing Muslim clash.
Oh, where were you guys?
In Nuremberg.
Okay, I was in stationed in Stuttgart, and it was the same thing. Like all of a sudden, it was like a flash mob of whatever they were protesting, and it was you got yourself in the middle of that. I mean, you gotta find your way out. I mean, but what they had was good was that the police and the security already knew what was going to happen.
They had big barriers.
So they had barriers, and they had like SWAT teams like flanked in like the alleys. And
that's what we had, and they like literally picked us up, and they said, oh, you don't belong over here, you belong on this side, because the white pieces go on this side and the brown pieces go on this side.
And they know it's like, and they know like for safety reasons that's why they do it.
Oh yeah.
So
there were as many cops there as there were protesters.
There were a lot of cops here.
We had when it was during the one I was like I saw. I mean, I left, but 2 helicopters up above. I mean, it was legit. Like
now they won't do anything.
No, they'll just make sure like it's just they keep everybody away from the crowd.
So we're in the airport, leaving one of the times we were in Europe, and we're headed back from Germany, and there's this guy there, this black guy, clearly not German, because he didn't speak any German, and this guy pointed at him, and it turned out he was wanted for terrorism in Ukraine.
Wow.
So they fingered the guy. It was him, and the police showed up, and he was non-compliant. They didn't know what to do. So I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
I was thinking, like, man, if this was the United States, he'd have clubbed that some bitch. He'd have been cuffed, and off he went. They went a half an hour. They tried to talk to this guy, and he just stood there like this, and he was sweating. And they came up. They finally called the EMS, who showed up, and they tilted a gurney up to him, strapped him to a gurney while he was standing, and then laid him down and hauled him away. I was like, and they like, and people were all standing around, and I guess he was like a very, very wanted guy in Germany, and he was like standing right over there, and they were like busting him. And I said, man, no one does anything around here. I mean, you guys all carrying Glocks, and they must be glued in the holsters or something. Wow. Anyway.
But they get the customs locked down.
Yeah, I got arrested in customs. It was just, they're weird about daggers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So, what's your biggest surprise walking through the factory? What was your, getting the tour?
I would say just the machinery alone, just to make the knives, like everything, the process it goes through. I mean, it's amazing how they take just a piece of metal and then it comes out something like artwork. It looks like it's just an amazing knife. It feels good, it handles good, and I'm not being paid to say this, so. But it's really good quality knives, and the team they have back there, I mean, it's like a factory.
It's cool. Well, no, it's funny. I like getting people through and kind of seeing what the 2 cents are if they've had if they've gotten a tour through for the first time.
No, it's really, really nice.
Cool.
Really
well,
nice.
We're gonna do. We're probably gonna do this. I like to do all this. You don't mind if I tell them?
No, not at all.
So I think what we're gonna do is, since they're into survival stuff and we make knives, and people always say, "Well, I use my knife to cut the seatbelt, break the window, and get out if I need to." Rah rah rah. What we're going to do, we're going to get a car, we're going to flip it over, we're actually going to film a video cutting ourselves out and see, do you fall on your knife and just stab the shit out of yourself, or can you do it and not kill yourself? Then we're going to break the window and crawl out. We'll do it a couple different times, and then we'll interview each other and kind of see what we think of it. Maybe have one of your guys and one of our guys do it, and we'll just, hey, what do you think? Doable? And then we'll have the camera in the car and say, look, don't cut it here because now you're falling on top of your knife. Cut it here. Yeah. And then I think you guys are going to have your, you've got the sun visor kind of holster set up.
New thing coming out, so it's prototype mode right now, but it's almost done. But we'll have that, and then we'll look at that. Like for basically, when you're thinking about how you put your med kit in your vehicle, you usually put it in your trunk, your back seat. So when you do get flipped over, obviously you're not going to be able to grab it. So we have developed something where it's just right around the visor. You pull it off, Velcro, or open up the flap and pull it out, and you can treat yourself or someone else. So
it's a small Filipino, what do you call it? First responder, right?
Yeah.
You just keep him strapped to the back. He just sits in the edge right? Get me out of here! All right, it was like, oh my god, this guy's fucking crazy. Well, I see all this kind of stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure having you. I hope you had fun.
Oh yeah, I have. Thank you.
Good. So. You guys check it out. Field Survival Craft, right?
Fieldcraft Survival.
Fieldcraft Survival. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. I'm not really.
Fine.
I'm just but I am a minority. I'm in a protected class. No, tell me what I see the leather, but I can't read it. That's just Fieldcraft Mobility.
Fieldcraft Mobility. So we have Fieldcraft Survival, Fieldcraft Mobility, and that's more of like the overlanding. Getting your truck, your rig, set up, whatever you need in it. So if it's gear, medical equipment, however you want to arrange your
I got an idea for a whole new line. Fieldcraft. It would be called Fieldcraft Shaker Bar. And this is for stuff you might need if you go to like a strip club or something. Like a strip club first responder.
Like a little thing with like martinis, vodka, or
no, I was thinking of like knives you could get in that will get through a pat down.
Oh.
Or ways to make it rain singles up on the stage, like a little
gun.
It would be awesome if there was like a little thing you could put a stack in. You hit the button on the side and it was like.
They have those. That's a thing.
See, now you guys should be co-branding that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it would be, and we would call it Strippercraft Survival. All right, guys. Greg Medford Knife. George here, visiting us from Prescott. Welcome to Arizona.
Thank you.
I hope you guys are really successful down here
great.
and love to do anything we can. Fieldcraft Survival. Check them out, you guys. Anyways, I'm out.